Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It is summertime and I am so excited because I love to change up my makeup with the seasons. It's just something that's so fun to me. I love doing like the lighter, bronzier kind of looks for the summertime and then the smokier jewel tone stuff in the fall and winter, and all of that is like my favorite thing. I love doing that. So today I thought it would be really fun to talk about all of my summer picks from my collection. So some of the makeup I would recommend for the summertime for you guys and stuff that I'm going to be pulling from my collection really often for the whole season. Right now, I'm not really enjoying my summer season and wearing a ton of makeup because I am currently in the middle of studying for the most important exam of my life. See my last video for details. But I will be done with that exam as you are seeing this video in about a week and a half. So I'm getting close. So soon I'll be able to start pulling this stuff out and going out having a good time in the summer sun. It's ridiculously hot down here in Texas, but I have some picks that are great for the summertime heat. I have beautiful shades that fit the summer vibes, and I have some formulas that will last even in the heat of the Texas sun. So with all of that out of the way, let's get into my summer makeup picks. So let's start with complexion. I didn't pick out any primers for complexion because I usually don't wear a lot of primer in the summertime. I like to keep my complexion really light and easy, minimal products, minimal coverage, and not only that, but I'm usually slathering on sunscreen, and sometimes primers can kind of disrupt sunscreen on my face. Yeah, I basically don't wear primer much, so I'm skipping straight to foundation. For foundations, I really like to do stuff that's really light, really thin, and usually a little bit lighter coverage than I might go for in the fall and winter months. The main thing with these, though, is they're thin. They're never going to feel super cakey on the face, so you won't feel just like thick and disgusting in the heat, and they will last all day no matter how hot it is outside. So my first pick, and honestly, this might be my favorite pick out of these, not my favorite formula, but like the best summer pick, Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Foundation. This stuff is amazing. I wore this for my college graduation. We were a COVID class, so we had an outdoor graduation in Texas in August. It was very hot. I was wearing this with a mask on, and it stayed on the whole time. It was absolutely incredible. This has a really, really thin, watery formula, but it still gives you at least medium coverage. It lasts incredibly well, and it's got SPF 45, so a little bit extra coverage for my pale girlies. This is amazing. Highly recommend. Similar to that, but a little more glam, at least for me, I feel like, is one of my current favorites, the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. This stuff is so good. The texture of this is even thinner and more serum-like and watery than the Estee Lauder, and the lasting power is just as good. I've worn this to baseball games recently since the summer started, and it lasts the whole time, never smudges off my face, never looks patchy. These two are very pricey though. They're worth the price tag in my opinion, but they're very, very pricey. So if you're looking for a little bit more of an affordable option, this is from the drugstore. It's still not super cheap, but it has all of those same qualities at half the price. This is the L'Oreal True Match Nude. Again, it's pretty thin in formula. It's a little bit thicker than these other ones, but it has the dry down and the staying power, and it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. This, despite the fact that they call it a tinted serum, I would say you can build up to at least a medium coverage, and it has a lot of those same qualities that I love so much about these two foundations, just in a little bit of a thicker texture and at a drugstore price. Like $20 is not really a drugstore price, but I think it's worth it. It's a beautiful foundation. So these are absolutely my summer foundation picks. You cannot go wrong with any of them, and they will hold up in the summer heat. Even though my foundation picks are all kind of pricey, I'm saving you money in the concealer category because both of these picks are incredibly budget friendly. First, the Wet n Wild Incognito concealer. This concealer is very, very thin in texture again, so it's adding almost no weight to your under eyes. It looks beautiful for a long time. When this stuff dries down, it is bulletproof. So this is more of my full glam summer option. For an everyday option, I am obsessed with the e.l.f. Brightening Under Eye Concealer, the one that comes in a little pen. This stuff is so nice. It's very lightweight. It's hydrating under the eyes. It has decent coverage, but it's not like crazy coverage. Again, if you're going for the very like tinted moisturizer, throw on some bronzer and blush, like chill summer daytime look, this is a perfect concealer for that. I wouldn't use this to spot conceal on my face because I don't think it would really offer enough coverage, but it has enough to really brighten up your under eyes and add a little bit of hydration as well. So These are incredible picks, and I think both of them are like $7 or less, 6. Remarkable, especially for the price. I'm not always a powder girly, but in the summertime, a lot of times it's kind of necessary because you start to sweat and it starts to break through and things just kind of look messy. So I have a couple of finishing powders that I use to really control the breakdown of my foundation and things like that, especially when I'm wearing foundations that may not hold up as well in the sun as others. So I'm not talking about any under eye powders today. Those don't really change for me throughout the year. But in terms of what I'm using all over my face to set my makeup down, these are my picks for the summertime. This is my year-round pick. I'm never going to shut up about this. The Kosas Cloud Set. I'm sure you've heard me wax poetic about this if you've ever seen this channel before. This is just the best. This is the best powder, and it's good year-round. But in the summertime, it's such a lightweight dusting over the face that still just makes you look airbrushed and perfect. I could go on, but I'm not going to. This is amazing. If you want a drugstore alternative, the 2 powders I have found that do the closest thing to what that does are these. The Physicians Formula Butter Believe It powder. This I think is a little bit more, I hate this packaging. This I feel like is a little bit more mattifying in finish than the Kosas, but not by much. You can definitely still let the glow come through on your face if you're wearing glowy base products. It's kind of one of those things where it does have a tint, so if you're any that much darker than me, it might not work that well for you. So my other alternative is the Covergirl Clean Fresh pressed powder. This, in my opinion, is the closest thing at the drugstore to the Kosas. It's not exactly the same. I feel like it has a little bit more thickness to it than the Kosas. That's not to say that it's thick. It's very lightweight, very, breezy over the face, like you barely feel it's there, but I feel like it has a little more substance to it than the Kosas does. That being said, I mean, once they're on the face, they're almost indistinguishable from one another, and this one has more shades than the Physicians Formula, and it's cheaper. So absolutely, these 3 products are going to be my summer staples for making my face just set just enough to keep all of those oils at bay. But what I'm really going for in the summertime, because I want heavy duty, lock my makeup in place, never gonna budge all day kind of set, I'm going for setting sprays. I have one from high end and one from the drugstore, and you can probably guess what I'm gonna say, honestly. From Milk, the Milk Hydro Grip Setting Spray. This is my all-time favorite setting spray. I will never shut up about this. It is so good. The lasting power is remarkable, and it adds back a little bit of dewiness that you might have gotten rid of by using like a matte foundation that has really good lasting power, or by using a powder over your foundation. If you're a dewy girl like me, this is the one. It is so, so remarkable. But if you're really, really going for that like stay all day, all night, never gonna budge, getting in a pool kind of set, Milani Make It Last. This is exactly the same thing as Urban Decay All Nighter, and nobody can convince me otherwise. The difference is that this is less than half of the price. As you can see, I'm almost through my bottle. I'm gonna have to pick up another bottle for the summer. Don't get the one with the sunscreen in it. Look at me. Don't get the one with the sunscreen in it. I thought the same thing last summer. I was like, oh, it's going to be great. I love Milani Make It Last. Now they have one with sunscreen, so I can don't do it. It smells like something burnt or fried or greasy. I don't know. It just smells so bad. Don't do it. This one, if you need that lasting power. So those are my setting spray picks. 100% will make your makeup last no matter how hot it is outside. Okay, let's talk about cheeks. This is one of my favorite categories right now. I've tried to pick a cream and a powder product, and I've tried to vary the price points a little bit. So let's talk bronzer. For cream, the M Cosmetics So Soft Bronzer Stick is like one of the best cream bronzers ever made. Like this stuff, I say all the time, like I don't use the phrase blends itself lightly, but this actually kind of blends itself. But the staying power is remarkable. This is one of those cream bronzers that I feel like actually does kind of set down to a powder finish, and it makes the lasting power really impressive. It also is just like the perfect summer shade for me. It's like a neutrally bronze, but it still adds just the right amount of warmth without being orange. It's so, so beautiful. This is actually the shade Summer, which is perfect. For a powder, an oldie but a goodie in my opinion, the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Yes, part of the reason I picked this is the smell. It's a summertime smell, all right? It smells so like coconutty, sunscreeny goodness. But again, it's a beautiful formula that adds just the right amount of color, just a really nice, not too orangey bronzer. It's not shimmery, but it's also not matte. It's got like a little bit of a satin natural finish to it. It's a classic for a reason. It really, really holds up. So that would be my powder pick. Cream, M Cosmetics, you cannot go wrong with this duo, and they're perfect to last all day and make you look like you've been out in the sun, even if you're like me and you've been staying inside studying for hours and hours and hours and hours. My blush picks. These I was really excited to talk about. I love to go for more of like the corally, peachy, and sometimes rosy bronze tones in the summer. How is that different from what you normally do, Maddie? Maybe it's not. I don't care. But I like to go really, really warm and sometimes a little bit brighter than I might usually. So for my blush picks, for cream, I picked actually this Nudies matte blush. The reason I picked this, similar to why I picked the M Cosmetics bronzer stick, I feel like this dries down to a powder enough that it will last all day long. The lasting power on this is remarkable. I think the shade is stunning. It just adds this beautiful warmth to the face. That's an atrocious swatch, but you get the idea. This is in the shade Beach Babe, which again, perfect for the summer. It's gorgeous. I cannot wait to wear this all of the time. Powder, the first thing that came to mind is Benefit California. This is just such a summery shade, and I love the packaging. It just makes me so happy. However, I don't actually know if they sell this anymore because they revamped their blush line. That being said, if you're looking for something that has a really similar effect, the new Benefit blush in the shade Shellie does almost exactly what Galifornia does. They're a little bit different. I feel like Galifornia is a little shimmerier. Shellie does have a shimmer to it, but Galifornia is a little bit more. And then I think this one might be just a hint more pink, and this one's a hint more peach. But on the cheek, they're so similar, I really think you won't be able to tell the difference. So if you can't get your hands on Galifornia, Shellie is absolutely the way to go, and they do sell this in a mini. So if you want this just for the summertime, you can get it in a smaller size as well. And it's just the perfect summertime peachy pink shade. It's so, so cute. I love it. Absolutely perfect, and I cannot wait to wear this. These two, I feel like as a combo too, would be just like chef's kiss. A little bit of depth underneath and then this pop on top. So excited. Cannot wait. As far as highlighters, I am a simple person with simple desires. For cream, this is the most beautiful summery cream highlighter, and it actually lasts remarkably well for a cream highlighter. This is the Flower Beauty Day Glow Highlighting Glaze. I can't describe this. It feels like a balm. And it doesn't have much pigment to it, but it really has that glow packed in there. I still have some blush on my hand, so forgive me for my swatch, but you can kind of see it doesn't really have any pigment. It just adds sheen. It's really, really nice. It's super, super thin, and it melts into your makeup so that it doesn't budge. Powder highlighters, partially just because of the name and the theming, the Catrice Sungasm highlighter, I love this. It is so beautiful. It is just this perfect, almost pink, like champagne-y. I don't know. It's just so good. Like, and it is beaming. But so thin, will never like sit in a stripe on your face. And look at the size of this pan. This is $10 for this much highlighter. Trust me, just trust me. I know you can't really get Catrice at Ulta anymore, which is such a shame, but you can still get this on Amazon, I'm pretty sure. Remarkable. Love this. Look, it's the size of my face for $10, okay? And it's this beautiful. Just trust, okay? It's so good. So these are the highlighting picks for sure, both from the drugstore, both really affordable. Can't go wrong either way. Let's talk brows. Brows are very straightforward for me. If I need bulletproof brows, I am going for the NYX Brow Glue. And for my pencil, I'm going for the Benefit Cosmetics Precisely My Brow Pencil. I tested all of my brow pencils like a year ago because I knew I was going to go to like a pool party and I wanted to see which one would actually last. This doesn't come off even in water. It's so good. And then, of course, the NYX Brow Glue is a staple for keeping your brows in place all day. This duo, absolutely summer-proof, pool-proof, everything-proof brows. This is what you need. As far as eyeshadows, what I've been doing lately is like a cream neutral shadow through the crease and then something sparkly on the lid. That's kind of just been my go-to. That's actually what I've done today. That's what I've been doing almost every day. I still love my palettes and I have lots of fun, colorful palettes. And if you want to see a video about my favorite summer eyeshadow palettes, I would love to do that sometime. But today I want to talk about the looks that I've been going for recently. So in terms of mattes, I have been going back and forth almost exclusively between my Rare Beauty liquid eyeshadow in the shade Nearly Neutral and the matte side of my Moira Total Match Duo in the shades This and That. So the matte shade is that. So the Rare Beauty, as you can see, is a little bit more of a pinky neutral shade, and the Moira one is more of like a taupey kind of color. Both of them are absolutely beautiful. Both of them go with so many sparkly, gorgeous shades. And the thing that I love about these for summer is that once they dry, they will not move. I still have blush on my hand, I'm sorry. This is the Rare Beauty and this is the Moira. Once these dry down, I assure you they will not smudge, they will not budge. Nothing is getting these off your eyes until you put eye makeup remover on your face at the end of the day. I promise you that much. In terms of sparkles, I have a bunch of different sparkly shadows that I love to go for, but creams are also kind of a good move if you really want those sparkles to stay in place, because at least for me, I know that sometimes, like with ColourPop Super Shock shadows, I can start getting sparkly fallout onto my cheeks. Not necessarily always the look. So again, from Moira, the Diamond Daze Liquid Shadow. This one is in the shade Eye Contact. I love this. It is so pretty, so sparkly. And again, once it dries down, nothing about this will ever move. So if you like those chunky glitter particles, this is absolutely a great way to go for that. And I think this is $7 or $8, and it comes in so many different fun colors. Less affordable, but equally beautiful, the KVD Dazzle Sticks. These are so good. And like, it's weird because they come in a stick formula, but once you have them down, they don't move either. I don't know. I don't know how they came up with a formula that does that, but it is so nice. I have two different shades. This is Electro Bolt, so this one's kind of more of the fun and vibrant shade. It's a gold with like green particles running through it. It's so gorgeous. But this one I think is my favorite. This is the shade Hail Surge, and it is more of like a champagne-y pink, but it has like these incredible multicolor sparkles, like blue and purple, and it's kind of hard to appreciate from here, but oh my goodness, especially when you like smudge it out a little bit, it just looks so wet on the eyes. Can't go wrong with any of these picks, absolutely beautiful, but my overall tip is that for summertime, if you want an eye look that's budge-proof, cream shadows are gonna be your best friend. Sometimes people are like nervous about using cream shadows. Don't be nervous. Most of the time they're actually easier to use than powder shadows. And once you get the hang of it, it's like the easiest thing in the world. So try cream shadows this summer and I really think you'll be impressed. Let's talk mascara. I have a few different picks for mascara, but they all have something in common. Tubing mascara. Now, there is a caveat here. If you're going to a pool, if you're going to a water park, if you're going to anything water related, do not use a tubing mascara. Tubing mascaras only come off with water. They won't even come off with makeup remover. They will only come off with water. So if you're going to a water event, I take this back. These are not my recommendations for that. Obviously, get a waterproof mascara. Or just don't wear makeup. I'm a hypocrite, but like, or just don't wear makeup. But if you're going to anything else, if you need something that's not going to come off with sweat or heat or anything like that, tubing mascara is the way to go. I have 3 that I love, and all of them I feel slightly differently about. So my first love and my all-time favorite still is the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions. This gives you dramatic, beautiful lashes in one coat that will not come off without water. If you want a little less drama and more just like length, like kind of what my lashes look like today, the Tartelette Tubing Mascara is also a really phenomenal pick, but I feel like it adds a little less volume and drama than the Thrive. So if that's the preferred lash look for you, then I definitely recommend it. However, both of those are at a high-end price tag and they can be pretty pricey. So if you're looking for a drugstore option, the Milani Highly Rated Tubing Mascara is also a really beautiful option. I feel like this is a little more difficult to work with than the Thrive or the Tarte. However, it's half the price of the Thrive and the Tarte. So if you're willing to work with it a little bit more, then this is totally usable and it works just as well, lasts just as well. And so for the price, I think it is worth it to pick this one up. But if you're willing to drop a little extra, these two I feel like are much easier to work with. It's really up to you, but all 3 are really good options for a mascara that will not budge no matter how much you're sweating. Finally, let's talk lips. In the summertime, my preferred lip is a very just like glossy, sheer kind of look. However, if you are looking for something a little bit more pigmented and lasting and full glam, I have something for you too. So let's start with lip liners. My go-to lip liners in the summertime are ones that are going to last because like I said, I like to be able to do just like a sheer glossy look. So if I want to put a sheer gloss over something, I want it to be something that's going to stay there all day. So my 2 picks for that, 100%. The Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheats. This one's the shade Pillow Talk. I also have the shade Iconic Nude. Both absolutely beautiful shades. This one's a little more pinky. Iconic Nude's a little more brown. Can't go wrong either way. The lasting power is ridiculous. And my other option that's a little bit more affordable is the Sephora collection, the Twist Up lip liners. These are so nice, and the lasting power is every bit as good as the Charlotte Tilbury. They also have way more shades available, so honestly, if I was going to tell you to go for one or the other, I would say the Sephora collection for sure. So many fun colors you can try out for the summer. As a matter of fact, I kind of want to pick up a little something brighter, so maybe I'll do that soon. Stay tuned for a Sephora haul, because it's probably going to happen. In terms of actual lipsticks, first I want to start off with a couple that are more full pigment and more long lasting, but still give off a really summery vibe to me. So first, the M Cosmetics Infinite Lip Cloud. This is in the shade Morning Mocha. This to me is still super summery. It has a very like orangey, peachy kind of shade to it, but oh my God, when this dries down, it won't budge. I mean, it's not as impressive as like a standard liquid lipstick because this one's a little bit more moussey and thin in formula. So, I mean, you know, you could get it to come off if you were eating something super greasy or whatever. But if you're just, you know, out in the sun, you know, having a drink of water or whatever, it's going to stay on. It's a really, really great formula for that. And it's so comfortable. You're not going to feel all just like goopy and gross. The other formula I feel that way about is the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink. I love this because it's kind of the best of both worlds. I love the traditional Superstay matte liquid lipsticks, but again, in the summer, I tend to prefer something a little bit shinier, a little bit glossier, and this has the dry down power of the Superstay matte lipsticks, but it leaves a little bit of a glossy finish behind. This still hasn't dried down, so it doesn't stay that glossy, but it stays a little bit shinier, a little more satin than the matte liquid lipsticks do. And again, comes in so many beautiful shade options. And to me, I think they're pretty comfortable. Some people say they feel like they're not as comfortable. I feel like I'm comfortable in these, and I'm pretty picky about my lip products. So both of those, if you want like full pigment, lasting power kind of products. But if you're like me and in the summertime, you don't really mind reapplying your lip products, but you want like juicy summertime lips, basically kind of what I have going on right here, these are the ones for you. Of course, because every time I talk about lip gloss, I have to say this. The Tower 28 lip glosses are probably the best lip glosses ever made. The clear shade, which is the shade Chill, you cannot go wrong. It will make your lips look juicy, yummy, gorgeous, no matter what shade you wear underneath it, or by itself, stunning. But if you want a little more pigment, I also recommend the milky version. I have the shades Almond and Pistachio. Pistachio is my all-time favorite. These are absolutely beautiful. They're so comfortable. They feel like nothing on the lips, and they just make your lips look so juicy and yummy, and they just feel summery to me. Something about them just feels summery. So highly, highly recommend the Tower 28. Also kind of on the high-end side of things, I recommend the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips. I also have one of the plumping ones. I don't know where I put it. I'm literally wearing it right now, and I have no idea where it is. But you can't go wrong with any of these. They are so, so nice. I have the shades Coconut and Grapefruit, and they are these clicky pen kind of things if you've never seen them before, which you probably have because they are so viral right now. But they're so comfortable. They're so easy to carry around in a purse and just throw on throughout the day. They smell delightful, and they feel like a lip balm. So there are those. That's the shade Coconut, and that's the shade Grapefruit. Grapefruit is such a good summer pick. I cannot wait to wear that. So yes, these are remarkable as well. And then as something just a little bit more fun, I am so excited to get to wear this. This is the Fenty Heat Lip Gloss. This is in the shade Hot Cherry. I love this in the summer because it's like wearing a red lip without like committing to a red lip, you know? Like I feel like the committed red lip is a winter, like late fall kind of look. But like the sheer red lip, the glossy red lip is summery. So really looking forward to getting to wear this. It is in the Heat formula. However, I don't find the Heat formula to be uncomfortable at all. It feels kind of just warm on the lips. It doesn't make my lips burn like the Too Faced lip injections burn. It doesn't even really tingle. It's just kind of warm. Try it on in Sephora if you have a chance, or Ulta or wherever they carry this stuff. Try it on, see if you hate how it feels on your lips because it's kind of a polarizing product, but I think it feels fine. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. And for the shade, how perfect that is for the summer, it's 100% worth it to me. Finally, my last lip product, and one that I will be picking up in at least 2 or 3 more shades for summertime, is the Covergirl Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss. I have not been able to put this down. I've been carrying this in my purse with me everywhere I go since I bought it. It smells... Yummy is like putting it mildly. This smells like candy, but like in the best way. It comes in so many fun colors, and it is pretty sheer. So this color looks pretty dark and intimidating, but when I actually put it on, it's fairly sheer. See, it's actually kind of a sheer pinky color. So you can get all kinds of different shades. I recommend you don't get more than one of like a light shade because they would kind of just all go on clear. That's just my opinion. So maybe get like a deeper one or a lighter one, depending on your preference. Or if you're like me, I'm probably going to go back and get like a lighter one or an orangier one because this one's more pink, you know, because you're just going to get a tint. So, but I do have to absolutely get a couple more of these for summer because they're incredible. And I literally just throw them on like lip balm. They are so hydrating, so moisturizing. And again, the smell is just so summertime and nice. It's sweet and just fun and fresh. And I love this. I told you I wasn't going to wax poetic about stuff, but here I am. If there's one product in this video I'm going to wax poetic about, it's going to be this. It's been my obsession. So that's it, you guys. Those are my picks for summer makeup that is going to withstand the heat and make you feel like a, you know, bright, beautiful summertime, hot girl summer. Hot girl summer, you know? Like, these are the products for hot girl summer. If you enjoyed this video or you got something out of it, leave a like down below, leave me a comment and let me know what you're the most excited to wear this summer. And if you want any more recommendations from me in the summertime or any other time, hit subscribe down below. I would absolutely love to have you. It means so, so much to me when each and every one of you subscribes. Thank you for being here. Love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.